Hey, we're live. We're a few minutes ahead of schedule, but Paul, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Colin? It's gonna be a fun night tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about this topic, as you know, and excited about sharing this information and just hanging out and learning with some new people.
Absolutely. How is everyone
So,
out there?
yeah, I noticed we do have some attendees on. Hey, Christy and Floyd and Teresa, how are you guys doing? You can definitely drop a comment in the chat area. Um, as Paul said, uh, grab a pen and paper because there's going to be some good information. And if you know how to screen grab, there may be some screens that you want to definitely grab. It's about 2 minutes to the top of the hour. So we're going to get started maybe 1 minute after the top of the hour. So it's going to be about maybe another 3 minutes or so. We're going to get going. Paul, what do you have going on? How was your day so far?
The day was pretty good. It was very busy today. I woke up and created a lot of content, shared a lot of information out there today. Did a lot of Snapchats today, which is really fun. Learning that app, which I think is going to be. I think that's one of the big things that we'll be able to use to really, share a lot of content, share a lot of valuable information. So, yeah, it was good. It was a great day today.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to getting into Snapchat. That's my next month. My focus is fully Twitter this month. Hey, Christine, thanks for representing Australia. Is it coming to the end of summer for you?
Wow.
And I think I met Christy on Twitter. I actually did, yeah.
Cool.
Sensi. She does Sensi, I think. That's the company, right? Cool. Good to see you here.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Snapchat. But you should be a natural for Snapchat. You do a lot of videos every day, so I do some from time to time. But maybe it'll prompt me to do some more.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very addicting, and it's one of those type of apps that people have to be completely engaged in. So, once you start sharing your message and you're sharing the good word, and you get those people following, people have to get fully engaged with you. But I think it's going to be an awesome tool that we can all use for sure.
Oh yeah, we're going into spring here in Nashville, Tennessee, and the weather's been absolutely beautiful. I don't think I'm ready for spring and summers yet. I have to still do some work on my body to get it into that summer shape. Snow in Colorado, wow.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna rub in the good weather.
24 inches of snow up in the mountains the last 3 days, and they have 3 more days of snow coming. And we're actually going to get about 6 inches of snow here in Denver. It's snowing right now, actually.
Oh, cool.
I'm looking forward to spring, though.
Awesome. So, guys, it's the top of the hour. I'm absolutely excited. You've taken time out of your day, your evening, um, to come on this webinar to hang out with us and learn some techniques on how you can better use Twitter to turn your followers into leads and ultimately customers. Um, Paul is going to hang out in the chat area. And if you have any questions during when I'm running my slides, you should definitely drop it in there. And Paul will alert me to the questions, and I'm going to answer them at the end of the presentation. We should be here for about 45 minutes. My goal is about 45 minutes, no more than an hour, depending on how many questions you ask. But my goal is to get you in and out of here with some solid, actionable information in 45 minutes. So let me pull up the slides. Paul, we're going to go live with the slides. There we go. Great. So just let me know, Paul, if you see the slides on your screen.
Yes, I see them.
Perfect. Let's just jump right into it. Hey, good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome. I am absolutely excited to do this presentation to show you how you can turn your Twitter followers into leads and sales. So let's jump into it. I am Colin Yearwood, and that's a recent picture, actually. I think I took that last Sunday. I was originally born in Guyana in South America. A fun fact about Guyana, which I love to share, is that we are the only English-speaking country, native English-speaking country in South America. I came to the United States as a teenager, and I grew up finished my impressionable years in Brooklyn, New York, which is my adopted hometown, and I loved and enjoyed it there. And it's in Brooklyn that my entrepreneurial spirit came out. From the minute about 4 weeks after I landed in the United States, I saw snow for the first time, and something popped up in my head. It was an opportunity to make money. So I actually was shoveling snow, my neighbor's snow, to make money that entire winter. It was an adventure for someone from South America who never saw snow before. But my inspiration in my early days to be an entrepreneur came from my mom. I always referred to her as a hustler. Both my dad was the guy who liked to have a job, and that was it. He didn't want to do anything else. He just appreciated his job, and he worked hard at his job. But my mom, on the other hand, she always wanted to control her own destiny, be her own boss. So she was always involved in business, and I always helped her in whatever she was doing. She was in a network marketing company called Princess House Crystals. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that company. They're still around now. And I help her with those, lifting boxes, setting up shows, and doing all those good things. And then she had a lot of success in Mary Kay. So as you can see, I've been grounded in the network marketing direct sales space. Actually, the Mary Kay Pontiac was one of the first. She had a red Pontiac that she won from, or was awarded from Mary Kay, and that was one of the first cars I ever drove. So I've always had that spirit, and I really got it from my mom, and I appreciate her for that. Personally, I can track I got on the internet for the first time, like without AOL, actually just plain Netscape browser in 1994. And I recall the first thing I ever sold online was the Furby during Christmas of 1997. This was a very popular toy then. And this was the first thing that got me really started my own online business. It catapulted me into an e-commerce business for the next 10 years. I had an e-commerce business. I sold a lot of product on eBay and other sites for about 10 years, from about 1997 to 2007, when I transitioned over into online marketing. That's when, the marketplace changed with eBay, and I transitioned over into online marketing. I became a digital product creator. I actually owned a online community, a forum with another partner of mine, and it had over 10,000 members. We grew that tremendously. I've created lots of workshops and have spoken a lot of different workshops and different events, my own workshops and other events. And in the last few years, the last 4 or 5 years, I've been mainly an online business coach and trainer, helping other business owners grow their business online. That's the highlights. It always hasn't been that beautiful of a road. There have been some challenges, but I embrace those challenges because I've learned so much from the challenges, as much from the challenges as I've learned from the highlights. So enough about me. Let's talk about why we're here. So we're here to learn how to turn your Twitter followers into leads and customers. And before we get into that, I just want to set it up by giving a few definitions, right? So a follower is basically, followers are people who receive who receive other people's tweets and Twitter updates. That's basically people who follow you, they receive your updates. A lead is a prospective customer of a product or service that is created when an individual shows interest and provide his or her contact information. All right? You think you see where I'm going here. And a customer is the person that buys goods or services from a business. So initially before I go into that explanation, let me just let you know what we're going to learn. We're going to learn three things that your Twitter profile must have, and these are absolutely important that they must have. I've also included some bonus content there. How to find the right followers for your business, how to get followers to trust you, and I'll show you exactly how to turn your followers into a lead and into a customer. Plus, we'll talk about some tools that automate the process. So as the description says, when we talk about the definitions, when we spoke, the definitions basically said a lead is someone who exchanged their contact information, who gives you information to contact them. And a follower is someone who basically sees your tweets. So what we're going to do, the process I'm going to show you today is basically show you how you can get your followers to give you their contact information so you can get in contact with them and talk to them and inform them and educate them about your product and services, which will eventually lead to sales. In some cases, it leads to sales immediately. In other cases, it takes some time to nurture that relationship and get that prospect, that follower into the lead stat, into the lead role, into become a lead, and then become a customer, right? So no one gets on Twitter with their credit card in hand wanting to buy something. Maybe you do. I've never done that, but most people don't. Most people go onto social media, especially Twitter, Facebook, wherever. They're going on there, first and foremost, to be entertained, to be informed, and to build relationships. So we can do all three as business owners. We can entertain, we can inform and educate, and we can build relationships. And to me, the key about generating quality leads is through building relationships with your followers. Then they'll trust you and they'll become a lead by exchanging their contact information. So we'll walk you through that process and the things you need, how to get that set up, right? So first and foremost, you have to identify who your perfect customer is, who your ideal customer is. I think this is one of the biggest mistakes many business owners do online. We try to market to oh, sorry guys, I'm moving it, my bad. We try to market to everyone, and we're not focused with we're not focused with our message, and we just have a very scattered message, and it resonates with no one. So it's very important that you identify who your ideal customer is or who you think they are. So these are some basic things you can use: age and sex, likes. Come up with a list of what things your ideal customer would like, things they dislike, and their spending habits. Spending habits is very important, because you want to have an idea, how does your ideal customer spend their money? What do you think they buy with that extra money they may have? What is their biggest problem or issue that they're having? What is the biggest pain they're having? What is the problem that you solve that they're having? And that's just some basic information that you may want to think about before you create or actually redo your Twitter account. Some other things that I would recommend, depending on what kind of business you're in. If you're a business that's a local business, a business in a specific region, you can think about the kind of the demographics you'll want to target in your local area. It could be a specific city, a specific metropolitan area. I know a lot of people in direct sales and a lot of people in network marketing tend to believe that they need to target the entire the entire world all at once, but that makes it very difficult. It's easy to connect and resonate with people who are in your local area. So that's something that you may want to consider. So after coming up with a list of who is your ideal customer, one other tip I want to mention there: if you're not sure who your ideal customer is, look in the mirror, because it's easier to sell to people who are similar to you, because you know what pains and struggles you're going through and what solutions that your product and services would offer you if you had to be a customer. It's easy for you to relate to them. It's easy for you to find content that they would like, because more likely you like the same things. So that's one easy way to go about it. If you're not sure who your ideal customer is, look in the mirror and try to be objective as you figure out and ask yourself, if I was to buy this product or service, what would I want to know about it? How much would I think is a fair price? And just think about it, and you'll be able to formulate who your ideal customer is. So here are the three things your Twitter profile must have. So first and foremost, I see a lot of Twitter profiles without a header image. The first thing people will see when they view your profile page is your header image. You want this image to be a good representation of you, the person, and not your brand. I'm going to say this, and I think I've said this numerous times, maybe not on here, but I always say this, is people are not on social media to interact with a brand or a logo. People are on social media to interact with humans. The human contact, the human element is tremendously important. Yes, if you're Coca-Cola, people may want to interact with you because that's a massive brand, and they've spent billions of dollars building that brand. But a small business owner, a local business owner, people want to connect with you, the person, and not your brand. So that's very important that both in your header, it reflects that. It's a great place to add your website address, your website URL, a call to action. And these two things I'm going to mention again as we go further into the webinar. Excuse me, and let you know why this is important, because you're not going to, just right off the bat, I'm going to let you know, it is not wise to send your Twitter followers or your social media followers straight to your homepage, because it's basically, they'll get lost. You have to be intentional where you want them to go and what you want them to do. What you want them to do next when they get to where you want them to go. We're going to revisit this later on. Having a quote on your header image is a great thing. It basically, gives people an idea about you and your business or what you do. And photos of yourself or your employees is always a good thing to have in your header image. So before we move on to header image, let me give you a quick tip. You're wondering, where can I create a header image? I didn't include it in the slides, but canva.com, CANVA.com. It's an absolute massive resource and a great resource for anyone who wants to create social media images or a wide range of images. Canva.com, and it's all done online, and it's very easy and intuitive to learn. Your profile photo is the next most important thing. Your profile photo should be ideally a headshot of you, not just a company logo. There we go again. I'm mentioning the logo. I think I've mentioned this before. People don't want to connect with a logo. They want to connect with you. So having a headshot where people get to see your face, you're smiling, it doesn't have to be a professional headshot photo. I think the photo I show of me at the beginning of this webinar is one that I took with my camera right before I recorded a video. So just put a smiling picture of you up there, because again, people want to see and feel that they're connecting with a human. Your bio, a descriptive bio is tremendously important. If your header and your profile picture grabs the visitor's attention, the next thing they want to look at is your bio. They want to learn more about you. So you should definitely make it a little interesting and informative. It's not a place to put sales copy and try to sell. It's a place to connect and share with people what you may have in common. Because keep in mind, at this point, you already know who your ideal customer is. So you'll talk about the things that you connect and relate to them, how you connect and relate to them in your bio. It's be a nice, short, and interesting bio. You only have 160 characters, so you definitely have to be careful about how you go about, wording your bio. Sometimes it takes a long time to get the right bio. Me personally, I've changed my bio several times, but what I always do is every time I change it, I have a file on Google Doc, a document, Google Docs. So I actually copy my old bios and I have them all saved, because sometimes you kind of combine them trying to find that perfect bio. Another thing that's tremendously important, a lot of people miss out on, is the use of their geographic location. You can put your city and your town in there. Again, it goes back to trying to resonate with people, depending on the kind of business you're in. It's always cool when people find you online and you and them are in the same city. It immediately gives you some rapport, and there's a connection there. It happens to me every time when I see someone follow me on Twitter, and they're from Nashville. I'm excited. Of course, I'm excited that everyone follows me on Twitter, but I'm even more excited when I see someone from Nashville follows me. And the first thing I do, I reach out to them and let them know I'm here local. Let's meet in the real world. And I've had quite a few coffees that actually the contact started with Twitter. So using that geographic location position for your local area is a great way of building rapport and getting over that hurdle of moving that person from follower to lead even more quickly. All right. A link back to your website. And again, we'll talk about this a little bit later on. I personally recommend a link to a landing page. You don't want to send people to your generic homepage, because there's no direction. They will most times go surf around for a minute or two and just leave, and there's no way for you to get in contact with them. It's tremendously difficult for you to get them to revisit. So I always recommend sending your social media visitors over to a landing page. And if you're not familiar with what landing pages are, I work with a tremendously resourceful group of people in a system called My Lead System Pro, and they teach all this stuff and makes it tremendously easy for you to set up a landing page and direct your visitors there. The other thing a lot of people don't use is the custom background image. You can insert a custom background image. Also, you can also put a different color for your background on Twitter. So those are some extras that you should always have on your Twitter profile. So now that you have your profile set up, right, and you're ready to go. Before I go into this, let me mention one thing. A question I recently got is, I originally started someone asked me, told me that they originally started a Twitter profile as a personal profile, and then they switched to business. I would recommend, if you're serious about your business or using Twitter to generate leads, start a new Twitter profile. It will be tremendously beneficial to you if you do, because most times the followers you already have are not interested in what you're talking about. So if you start over new, you'll have a group of targeted followers and a better chance of success when it comes to generating leads for your business from the beginning. So how to find those targeted followers? One of the tools I've used and I recommend you use is Twitter search, the search feature, search.twitter.com. So the example I'm going to use is, if you're in the weight loss niche and you're selling a specific weight loss product, what you'll go into the Twitter search tool and do is search for weight loss or how to lose weight, and try to find Twitter accounts that have a large following. You may even find some big brands that have a large following. Then now you go and follow their followers, because more than likely their followers are the people who are your ideal customers. Another way you can do it is, if your target audience is women between the age of 30 and 50, when you go to one of these bigger Twitter accounts, you have a chance to look through who their followers are and see if this person visually match your profile, match who you're looking to connect with. You can also, it takes a little bit of time, but you can also quickly glance at their profiles and see if that person is ideal. To be honest, I don't go that deeply. I try to focus. I target accounts that have followers who are interested in what I'm doing. So I go to Twitter search, find those big accounts, then I go to their account and I start following their followers. The system is pretty easy. For me, I follow about 100 to 200 people a day, and I follow for 2 days, and then after that, if they don't follow me, I go and unfollow them. It's a simple process, but it builds your Twitter account tremendously, very quickly. Well, a service that makes this even easier is that Status Brew. So you can go to statusbrew.com, and the process that I just explained to you, using Twitter to find larger accounts and then follow them, Status Brew makes this even simpler. In My Lead System Pro, there's some awesome free training that shows you exactly how to use Status Brew to build a massive Twitter following, and quickly. One of the leaders in My Lead System Pro, he recently did a training, and I will share that with everyone on my email list, and Paul will also share with everyone on his email list that training. If you want to just put a note in the chat section, and we'll get it out to you. But Status Brew, basically what Status Brew does, as it says here, it targets, it optimizes, and it helps you grow. So it targets your ideal customer. It optimizes your account to make sure you are focused on the people who are interested in what you have to sell, and it helps grow your account. One of the cool things I personally like with Status Brew is that it allows you to send automated messages to your new followers. And what I do, I send 2 automated messages to my new followers. One is a nice short welcome to their inbox, to their DMs. And that's usually, just say, hey, thanks for following me. I'm Colin. Here's what I do. I would love to help you. Let me know if there's something you're having a challenge with related to what I do, and I will, respond back to you. That works brilliantly for me. I get about anywhere between 5 and 10 responses a day. Why that is awesome, because now my ideal customers are telling me exactly what their issues are. I don't have to guess it anymore. They're telling me what their biggest challenges are, what are their biggest obstacles. So if you're in the weight loss niche, as the example I used before, and you send an automated message saying, hey, I'm Colin, and I've been a fitness trainer for the last 5 years, and I love working with people. I would love to know what your biggest challenge is when it comes to maintaining your weight or whatever it is. And you'll see people will reply telling you exactly what their challenges are. So what this does for you is a couple things. You're now able to specifically reply to them, right? And help them, which now closes that gap between follower and lead. And based on how you help them, you can easily now move them over to become a lead, from a follower to a lead, by offering them to get on your email list, by offering to get on the telephone with them. And that's basically what I do. I either offer to get on the telephone for a free consult, or I share the option for them to get on my email list now to turn them into a lead. That's the first automated message I send. The other automated messages I send to them is directly on their Twitter timeline. I send them an @message, and one of my favorite messages is, hey, what city or state are you in? And again, you'll be tremendously surprised to the number of people who reply to that. And it's a great way for me to now start building a conversation and building some rapport with those followers, again, which closes the gap between followers and lead. Makes it easier now for them to get on my email list or for them to get on the telephone with me and become a lead. And down the road, or even sometimes immediately, they'll become a customer. I hope you see how this works. Status Brew is an awesome tool for that, and there's some free training in My Lead System Pro that deals with this, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So now you have your ideal followers. How do you build trust with these followers? So you use content that engages your ideal customer. This content makes them want to learn more about you and what you do, right? People, again, want to be informed. They want to see you as someone as a knowledge base, a source of information that is valuable to them. And the easy way to do this is through article, quotes, pictures, and offering tips based on what you do. I know a lot of people are right now say, oh my goodness, I have to create all this content. You don't have to create all this content. Again, it goes back to what I call curating the content. You can find popular websites in your niche, like blogs in your niche. If you're, again, in the weight loss niche, the health and wellness niche, it's pretty easy. You go to the popular magazine's website, Men's Health Fitness, go to their website, and you can quickly and easily find articles there to share with your audience on Twitter. Excuse me. Out of those articles that you find, there are tips within the articles. You can easily copy out those tips, no more than 140 characters, and share those tips on Twitter. There's tips that you've learned that you can share on Twitter. Pictures is very easy to find pictures to share, and there's a lot of free services that offer pictures and quotes. So that's a great way now to engage that follower, to make them a little bit more curious about you, because you're demonstrating that you're a source of knowledge, a source of information when it comes to the topic that they're interested in. You offer them solutions to the topic that they're interested in. Personally, I'll recommend that you have a blog. No, don't matter what business you're in, you should have a blog. And a blog is not difficult to set up. I've mentioned My Lead System Pro before. I have an awesome blogging system that in about 3 or 4 clicks, you can actually set up a blog. And in about an hour, you can walk through a step-by-step tutorial and have a very professional blog on a website set up. So I would definitely recommend having your own blog, but sharing content to make you a knowledge base, a source of knowledge, is one thing that helps engage your followers and move them from follower to lead by now them wanting to exchange their information with you. So the content process can be difficult, because I know a lot of people are saying, well, wow, I don't have time to sit down and tweet all day long. Well, a service that I use, Tweet Jukebox, helps you automate that process, and is one of the better services that I found to do this. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what it basically is. So what Tweet Jukebox does is they create these, they call it jukeboxes. So just think of it as a database. You put all your content into the database, and now select a time that or how many times per day you want this content to be shared. And then they would randomly share that content for that number of times, for the number of days that you selected. So basically, you can put 30 pieces of content in there and just actually share 1 piece of content every day. And one piece of content for the next 30 days, a different piece of content that you've set up in the Jukebox, which is like a database, will be shared. Personally, I recommend at least once an hour, depending on the size of your Twitter account. So setting up about, it's going to sound like a massive number, but don't be afraid. Setting up 300 tweets is a lot, but you don't do it all at once. You do the increments of 10. Every week you add 10 to 15 tweets to your Jukebox or to your Tweet Jukebox database, and there will be there for you to share in an automated way. Of course, within those messages, there'll be promotional messages trying to move your followers to help them become a lead by getting in contact with you via your email list, or even a one-on-one consult on the telephone, on Skype, on appear.in. So now we talked a lot. I think I set this up well. I hope I did, about now turning your followers into leads and how this is done. If you haven't gotten the hint by now, the key about this process is moving them off of Twitter. So Twitter is a great place now to identify, hang out, and engage with your ideal customer. But they only become a lead when you move them from Twitter to a tool that you control. That can be your email list, that can be your CRM, your customer relationship manager tool. So you have to move them off of Twitter. How do you move them off of Twitter? By offering them a solution to the problem that they're having. And this is a problem that you may have identified earlier when you were trying to come up with who your ideal customer is, right? This is a problem that you've identified by sending those automated messages through Status Brew. When people reply to you and tell you exactly what their problem is, you now know what the problem is. One of the reasons I am doing this webinar is someone recently replied to me. Actually, I get many replies to people asking me, hey, how do I turn my... Actually, the exact title came from a reply, and the person said, how do I turn my followers into leads? Or into customers, that's what they asked. How do I turn my followers into customers? And the idea for me to do this webinar came directly from my DM. So if you use Status Brew and you're engaging with your followers, they will tell you what their problems are, what kind of solutions they're looking for. So offer them those solutions in exchange for something. Usually it's an exchange for the name, email, and telephone number. It's an exchange for a free consultation. It could be an exchange for an exclusive offer, a coupon, a giveaway, something of perceived value to them. It may not seem valuable to you, but it may be valuable to them. So that's one of the easiest ways of moving your followers off of Twitter or social media in general, moving them to become a lead. And by getting on your email list is one of the easiest ways. Getting their telephone number to have a one-on-one consult is even better, because there's nothing like speaking with a real person and them getting to experience your emotions and that direct response you can have on them more immediately when you're having a one-on-one consultation. So that's the way you turn your followers into leads, by moving them off of Twitter. So here's an example of one of my clients. Who he is a fitness trainer, and he created this PDF. It's basically a 5-day course, email course that he emails to people, anyone who submitted their name and email address to his landing page, to his squeeze page. They get a 5-day course from him, the 5-day fitness reboot. It's a step-by-step guide to easily create more energy and focus in your life or business. And this has worked well for him as he got traffic to his social media profiles. They click through and then they opt in, and through his email list, he's now able to build a relationship with them by offering them content and by engaging with them and offering them solutions to whatever, in this case, is basically a workout, exercise, dietary routine that they want to create. Well, some people may be wondering, oh my goodness, this is so hard to create. It's absolutely not difficult to create. Within My Lead System Pro, there is something called the funnelizer. And this is what this page was created with. And it makes it very easy. This is actually just he took a sample template and added his information, and it was done. It makes it very easy to create this kind of content. I know people are wondering, well, what do I give away as, in my niche? One of the easiest things you can do as a giveaway is just think about the question that you most commonly get and create a simple PDF answering those questions. It can be 3, 5, 10 questions, what the most common questions. And that is a great tool to give away. Again, within My Lead System Pro, and we're going to talk about it later on, depending on, you can find resources that would entice your prospects, potential customers, to give you the name, number, and email address where you can better talk to them and understand what their pains are. As I mentioned, the tool that Mike used to run his email is GetResponse. I use GetResponse. There's several others. Aweber is another very popular one. MailChimp is a very popular one. They all about do the same thing. It's just a matter of taste. And within My Lead System Pros, they're one of the foremost experts when it comes to email marketing, Diane Hoffman. She basically is the queen of email marketing. And she teaches how to effectively use your email list to not only build relationship and rapport with prospects, but move them on to becoming customers. So this is just one of the ways you can go about doing that. So now let me put this all together. I think we've been through this, and I think you've gotten the general idea of how to do this. So the key about it is having a Twitter account that is focused on who your ideal customer is, who your perfect customer is. And when you identify who that perfect customer is, you're going to create that Twitter account. And in the Twitter account, you want to have a header that is very personable and branded to you, not a company. A nice headshot for your profile picture. You want to have a very informative and engaging description in there, and plus a link to your landing page so you can capture your prospects and your ideal customers' details. When it comes to content, you can easily share content from other bigger sites in your niche, especially larger magazines and larger publications. And most these publications are not competing with you. They have a total different audience, but their information works on your Twitter field. You can use tools like Tweet Jukebox, Status Brew to automate the process of finding and engaging with these customers. As I mentioned, there's a great training in My Lead System Pro on how you can use Status Brew and Tweet Jukebox. So what does every business need? Leads, right? And we just were talking about that, getting leads. If you don't have new people to talk to every day, you don't have a business. Most businesses are still using push marketing to generate leads. And if you're not sure what push marketing is where you're going after your customers or your prospects rather than attracting them to you, rather than using content on social media to get them engaged and want to learn more about you by giving you their contact information so you can get in contact with them and share more information with them. Most businesses are wasting a lot of money on the wrong marketing techniques, and they're targeting the wrong people. As we spoke about, it's important that you identify your ideal customers. Most businesses have no idea how to market themselves online. They don't have professional tools to grow their businesses, and they don't have the right training to grow their businesses online. Don't invest in new technology because they don't feel they don't feel they are going to be left by themselves, right? They know a lot of times people don't want to learn something new because they don't feel they're going to have the resources or the tools or the help to learn a new tool. And in many cases, that's not true, but that's just a fear that many people have. So here's some questions. How would you like to have potential clients reaching out to you on a regular basis? People do business with people they know, like, and trust, as we've talked about. If there was a simple way to build trust without having to convince or chase your prospects down, how would you feel about that? How would it be? How would you feel if you have new people to talk to every day without spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars in marketing? If you had 5 to 10 new people to talk to every day in your business, would that change your business? How would you like to generate targeted leads while you sleep? I know that sounds like a fantasy, but what we've just described, what I've just walked through the steps on moving your Twitter followers from followers to leads to customers, that's exactly what happened. So now, seriously, are you about building a long-term sustainable business? So if you are, the solution is this. You need a marketing platform that every business needs. This is not a business opportunity, but it's the world's #1 solution for internet marketers, affiliate marketers, brick and mortar marketers, and network marketers since 2008. Actually, this is a company I've been familiar with since about 2009. There's live weekly lead generation trainings like this one, but more detail. There's sometimes they go on for, there's a lot more detail involved in them. There are full-blown funnels, lead capture pages, lead capture page designers, like we were talking about lead capture pages, they're website creators. They're professional enterprise WordPress-based blogging system. Actually, one of the best WordPress-based blogging systems. And most importantly, and this is a tool I use every day, my customer relationship manager. It helps me stay in contact with my customers. It helps me stay on top of my leads. It helps me continue to add value to my leads. How many times, and I know this used to happen to me all the time, someone give me their telephone number or email and tell me, hey, get in contact with me. And by the time I get home, I can't find a piece of paper, or I got in contact with them one time and I forget to follow up. Well, when you have a CRM, that does not happen, right? It's the powerful affiliate products that pay 100%. It's optional, but it's an innovative done-for-you marketing training to give away to your list. So you have marketing training that you can give away to your list. Everything you require to build your brand, your own business, and build the life you dream of is all under one roof. So this system is called My Lead System Pro. I think you may have guessed so by now, and I'm a passionate advocate of My Lead System Pro. They offer one of the best guarantees of $10 for 10-day trial. So you try it for 10 days, give it a test drive. If it's not for you, there's no questions asked, and life goes on. And me, you're gonna still be friends, because most of the people on this webinar were referred to me by, I've gotten to you or learned about you or build relationships with you through Twitter. So we're gonna still be friends, but I recommend you definitely take the $10 trial offer to look and see what My Lead System have and how this marketing platform can help you grow your business. So here are some testimonials from some people who have actually changed their life. One of my favorite people in My Lead System Pro is April Marie Tucker. She is the queen of Instagram, and she has an awesome story from going from a cocktail waitress to having the life she dreamt about. Within 6 months, she says, I was able to leave my cocktail waitressing job and be a at-home mom with my kids. Now I'm a 6-figure earner, and I'm able to provide for my kids like never before. My conversion rates have doubled on all my capture pages thanks to the Funnelizer, the lead capture page designer. And that is one of the tools that is part of My Lead System Pro. And so one of the most important tools, as I talked about, which will help you move your followers and help them become leads. Another one of my favorite people, I mentioned her before, Diane Hoffman. As I mentioned, she's the queen of email marketing. Diane says, I've been in the home-based business industry for 16 years, and there's nothing else out there like this marketing platform. We're going to take you by the hand and show you too can be marketing from home using the internet, and doing it in a way that's a lot of fun and can make you a lot of money. You're going to feel the difference on day one. Absolutely true. I was a little hesitant because I had many years of online marketing experience before I found My Lead System Pro. And I was wondering, I don't need them. What could they teach me? But from day one, I felt, wow, I should have been part of this a lot sooner. So here's a quick recap. It's a done-for-you marketing system that helps you generate leads and make money for your business, no matter what industry you're in. So as a time-sensitive bonus, myself and Paul will offer you a one-on-one consultation, learn about you, and we'll be able to learn about you, your business, and how we can help you. This is $150 value. There's daily mindset calls that you can get on, get you thinking like a 6-figure earner, and these are daily calls at 11 p.m. Eastern. I love these calls. If I miss the calls, you can always catch them on the podcast. There's 2 weekly group coaching webinars on specific marketing trainings by high-level 6- to 7-figure earners. This week, there was an awesome training by Aaron Parker on Snapchat marketing. I think if you were here early, you heard myself and Paul talking about it. And you also have access to a private Facebook group to mastermind and brainstorm business ideas. So there's really no reason, I think, for you not to take this $10 trial. Get access to the consultation, get access to the mindset calls, the daily mindset calls, and the training that is available within My Lead System Pro. Keep in mind, the best thing about it, it's a tax write-off. This marketing platform is a tax write-off. If you decide that this is something you want to be part of on a long-term basis, you'll get 2 one-hour coaching sessions each month with both myself, with either myself or Paul via Skype on your specific needs. These are definitely tailored to helping you grow your business in any area that you want to go and giving you some direction. I would love to work with you, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So if you have any questions, this is a great time for you to ask the questions, and let's just dive into it. As I promised, I came in about 2 minutes early. I said we are going to get off about 45 minutes. Now it's about 43 to the hour. And we're basically done with the slides. I'm going to cancel the screen share. And there I am, a tad bit thirsty. So how are you guys doing? Anyone have questions? Comments? Those are good. Hey, Paul, welcome back.
Hey, Colin, awesome information. Thanks for sharing all that. That was fantastic.
No problem.
I think, we had some questions in here in the chat, and I was just answering them away there. And, guys, I want you to know, let me just throw something out there really quick. And we're going to keep this pretty short, but Colin and I, we met on Twitter, and we, just like what he talked about in the beginning, I shared a lot of value, and then we chatted, we got to know each other. He told me about some of the struggles, what he was doing, and then I just shared what I was using and what's been working for me. And now here we are working together, and the whole idea is to help people with their business, and whatever direction you want to go, no matter what business that you're involved with. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you with your business so you can live the life that you deserve. So, that was an awesome presentation, Colin. Fantastic.
Hey, man, thank you very much. And Paul's absolutely right. I know Christine, that's part of that's in the chat. Me and her met on Twitter, and personally, most of the people on my email list are most of the people that I've worked with. I've met on Twitter or in person. I'm a big fan of in-person networking too. But again, both Paul and I are part of My Lead System Pro, and I think that is something that's really awesome, because the skill set, you no matter what you know, you can always improve your skill set. And working in a group or a community like that, there's so much encouragement to build and improve and go beyond what you think is possible. And that's some personal experience. As I said before, I've had a lot of success online, and I've had a lot of challenges. And if I've had a community like My Lead System Pro before, those challenges may not have been as steep as they were, because there's just a community there to pick you up. Guys, I'm glad you've taken the time to join us. If you have any questions, definitely drop it in. If you don't, we will end the broadcast. I'll shoot a replay out, so everyone that's on the broadcast, if you haven't gotten all the notes you need to, you'll get the replay. But feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Twitter at Colin Yearwood. Let me type it in there, at Colin, Colin. And I'm quite responsive to any tweets to me or DMs. And you can also follow Paul at rpaulmaynard on Twitter, right?
You can, now let's do the other one, the main one that I have. I'll type it in here, which is at Paul Maynard.
At Paul Maynard.
You guys, I'll touch on one more thing before we let you go. Colin mentioned the community, and seriously, we all want to be part of some kind of community, and there is no kind of community like My Lead System Pro. It is second to none. There are people from every industry, in different areas of business and different levels of business that will reach out and help you and uplift you, because everybody here cares about everybody else's success. It's not like those typical, you know, meeting that you might go to, or an annual event you might go to, and it's just all the big gurus and you can't get near them, you can't talk to them. Completely opposite with My Lead System Pro. It's encouraged to go and have, you know, conversations with the top people. It's encouraged to have interviews with the top people. It's encouraged to have people ask questions, because we all want to lift each other up. That's what it's about, is community. So that's what I have to say.
Paul, you're absolutely passionate about that. That's cool. Guys, thanks again for spending your time with us tonight. It's I'm honored that you've hanged in there and listened to me, and I really appreciate that. Again, you can always reach out to Paul and I on Twitter. The handles are in the comment section. And until next time, we'll chat soon. Take care.
Take care, guys.